8:45. 8:45 a.m. Let's do a Photoshop tutorial. Okay guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be showing you 3 quick ways I remove stuff in Photoshop. This stuff could be people, could be stuff in the foreground, maybe could be blemishes on someone's skin. But I'm going to show you 3 different methods because some method works in some scenarios and some works better in others. So let's get to it right now. Okay, so the photo we're going to be working on today is a photo from a recent engagement session that I shot this past weekend. It's a beautiful shot of the couple. There's a sunflower right in the middle. It's a beautiful scenery. But there's some people in the background that I see. I see a couple walking, I see a couple over here, and the foreground isn't too clean, so let's jump into Photoshop and clean this up. Okay, so now that we're in Photoshop, we're gonna start with my first method, but before we even do anything, we're gonna create a duplicate layer of this. Always create a duplicate layer of whatever you're editing, and just call it edit or something like that. That way if you mess up or if you don't like how what changes you've made, you can disable that and see the difference, or even just start over again. So first we're going to come over to the spot healing brush tool, and so this is a great tool for small blemishes, whether it's maybe like small blemishes on someone's face or in this case in the foreground. Using your bracket tools you can make the brush smaller or bigger, and basically we're just going to click on the blemishes we want to get rid of. This tool does a really good job if it's a very small selection that we're doing. Doesn't work the best once you start clicking and dragging over sections. That'll be best for other methods that I'm going to show you, but it works great for small blemishes like this. So basically, like I said, keep just going over what you want to get rid of in the photo. One thing I like to do is zoom out and make the photo real small and see what stands out to me. And that's what I'll get rid of. You know, I could spend all day trying to clean up this photo and be really OCD about it, but that's not necessary. So that looks like a pretty clean foreground to me. That looks great. We can come over here, disable it. You can see there's the before and there's after. Looks super clean. Now we're going to go to the clone stamp tool. Clone stamp tool is better for bigger areas you want to get rid of. It's better because you can blend better, you can blend sections better, and that's what we're going to do for these people sitting over here under this little building, this covered area. I don't know what to call that. So same thing using your brackets. The settings I like to use is make the hardness all the way down to 0, that way it blends it better. If it's at 100, it would be harsh edges and it's very noticeable. So hardness at 0, whatever size you need for what you're going to edit, and basically select the area and keep your flow at about 10 to 15%, that way it blends a little smoother, not very harsh like if you kept it at 100%. So I'm going to get some of this brush area right next to the couple and just start painting it in. Take your time on it. This will take max a couple minutes. I'm going to do a very quick job right here, but oh yeah, this is looking good. Almost done. Basically replacing them with trees and shrubbery. Sorry. There's a pole right here, so I'm going to continue that just like that. I just realized, why am I not using my mouse? And there we go. We can zoom out and you look over there, looks good. Disable your mask and you can see before, after, looks great. Now we have one more couple over here. I'm going to show you the last method that I use, which is really quick, sometimes not as accurate, but can be really handy if you're needing to do something on the go real fast. So we're going to come over here and select our polygonal lasso tool and basically select the area that we're wanting to replace. We're going to let Photoshop, using content aware, select the best area, the best method to replace them. Once you've selected them, right click, go to fill, blend mode, normal, opacity 100%, so it covers them entirely. Content aware, hit OK, let Photoshop do the magic, and that's it. That's it. Replaced it. It's a little fuzzy looking. I can see some harsh lines there, so this is where I would come to the clone stamp tool. Make this a little smaller and just blend that in a little nicer. Zoom out. I can't see it. I don't even know where it was. There's something in the lake that I don't like right here, so I'm just going to use the spot healing brush tool and select that area. That's it. Boom. That looks great to me. Let's zoom out. Before, after. Looks great, super clean. It's those little details that I think makes a photo stand out, and you as a photographer, just shows that you went that extra mile, because before it was a great photo, but I know I'm just not a fan of the people in there, and then it's a little bit messy, and so just making those details a little bit cleaner, taking a few 5 minutes in Photoshop will make that photo so much better and you as a photographer. And that's it. So now we just hit Command S and that'll save it in Photoshop and bring it right back into Lightroom where you can export it and be done. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down your thoughts on what you thought about these methods of removing stuff in Photoshop. And if you have any other ones, I'd love to know about them. Please leave them in the comments below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love for you guys to be a part of my channel, and I will see you guys next week.